Good morning everyone. Welcome to the video tutorial of class 8th science. So students, in the last video we have discussed about chapter number 10, that is reaching the age of adolescence, in which we have discussed about adolescence, puberty and changes at puberty. Okay, changes during puberty. Now here in this video we will discuss the rest of the topics of this chapter. Okay, so let's start. So next is hormones. Hormones are the chemicals that control certain mechanism in our body secreted by endocrine glands. So basically hormones are the chemical substances which coordinate the activities of living organism and also their growth. They are the chemical substances. Okay, and they are made and secreted by the special tissues in the body which are known as the endocrine glands. And these hormones are poured directly into the blood and carried throughout the body by the circulatory system. So these hormones act as specific tissues. Okay, or you can say that these hormones act on specific organs. And a hormone is produced by an endocrine gland in one part of the human body, but it causes a particular effect in another part of the body also. And these hormones are of many different types, and they perform different hormones perform different functions in the body. And the hormones which are involved in the development or the control of the reproductive organs are the testosterone in males and estrogen in females. So the main hormone present in females are estrogen, and the hormones or the reproductive hormone present in males are testosterone. Now next is the reproductive phase in humans. So the capacity for reproduction starts at puberty. It lasts for a longer time in males than in females. In females, the capacity for reproduction starts at puberty and lasts for 40 to 50 years. So adolescents become capable of reproduction at puberty when their testes and ovaries begin to produce sperms and eggs, or you can say that start producing gametes. Adolescent boys grow and become men, and adolescent girls grow and become women. In men, the capacity to produce male gamete or sperms usually lasts throughout the life, but in women, the capacity to produce female gametes or egg, or you can say ova, lasts only up to 40 to 45 to 50 years of age. Okay, due to which the reproductive phase of life in men lasts much longer than in female. Okay, so in males or in females or in women's, the reproductive phase of life begins at puberty. Puberty means 10 to 12 years of age and generally lasts till the age of approximately 45 to 50 years. In females, the ovary produces one egg every month and a uterus prepared to receive the fertilized egg, and its wall becomes thick with the blood vessels. So whenever the ovary produce egg, it generally happens every month, and when the ovary produce egg every month and the uterus prepare to receive the fertilized egg, so what happened, the walls of the uterus become thick with the blood vessels, and if the fertilization does not take place, so then the uterus walls breaks and comes out of the vagina as blood and the mucus, and this cycle takes place once every month, which is known as menstruation. So if the fertilization does not take place, so the breaking down of the uterus lining produces blood along with other tissue, and this blood and other tissue comes out of the vagina of women in the form of bleeding. And this bleeding from the uterus, which occur in a woman every month, that is known as the menstrual flow or the menstruation. And this menstruation occurs every 20 to 28 to 30 days, because ovulation means the release of egg occurs after every 28 to 30 days. Okay, and in everyday language, menstruation is known as the monthly periods or just periods. It is also called as menses. And this menstruation usually lasts for about 3 to 5 days or 2 to 8 days. It varies from person to person. Okay, and the beginning of this menstrual cycle is known as menarche, whereas when the menstrual cycle stops at 40 to 50 years, it is known as menopause. So the first menstrual cycle or menstrual flow begins at puberty, when the girl or woman is around 10 to 12 years of age, and the first occurrence of the menstruation at puberty is known as menarche. Okay, it is the beginning of the reproductive life of a girl. And the permanent stoppage of menstruation in a woman is known as menopause. So we can say that the reproductive of life of a woman starts at the menarche and ends at menopause. Okay. Now the next is the sex determination in humans. Human beings have 23 pairs of chromosomes in the nucleus of the cell. Out of this, 2 chromosomes are the sex chromosomes called X and Y chromosomes. The female has 2 X chromosomes and the male has 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. The sperm and eggs have one set of sex chromosomes. Some sperms have X chromosomes and some have Y chromosome. All eggs have X chromosomes. If a sperm having X chromosome fuses with an egg having X chromosome, so the girl will be a child, and if a sperm having Y chromosome fuses with an egg having X chromosome, the child will be a boy. So this is very simple. This means that a girl contains 2 X chromosomes, both are X, and a boy contains 1 X chromosome and 1 Y chromosome. Okay, so if a sperm carrying X chromosome fuses or fertilizes with an egg carrying X chromosome. Okay, suppose both X chromosomes fertilize. So then the zygote formed will have XX combination, due to which the child born will be a girl. अगर दोनों X क्रोमोसोम फर्टिलाइज हो रहे हैं तो क्या होगा? गर्ल चाइल्ड born होगी. Okay, if both X chromosomes fertilize, so a girl child will be born. And if a sperm carrying Y chromosome fertilize with an egg carrying X chromosome, so the combination of X and Y produce a male child. Okay, so if a sperm carrying Y chromosome fertilize an egg cell which carries X chromosome, then the zygote forms will have combination of X and Y chromosomes, due to which the child born will be a boy. Okay, so this is the sex determination in humans. So the sex of unborn child depends on whether the zygote formed at the time of the fertilization has XX combination of sex chromosomes or XY combination of sex chromosomes. Okay, XX combination of sex chromosomes make the child a girl, whereas the XY combination of sex chromosomes make the child a boy. So it is the sperm of the man which determines the sex of a child, because half of the sperms have X chromosomes and half of the sperm has Y chromosome. So there is a 50% chances of a boy and 50% chances of a girl being born to the parents. So this is why the human population is roughly half males and half females. And the egg cells or the ova of women cannot decide the sex of the child, because all the egg cells contains the same sex chromosome, that is the X chromosomes. So it is the father or the man which determines the sex of a child. Okay. And only the father is, or the man or husband is responsible for the sex of a baby, that is boy or girl, which is born. Okay. Now next is the endocrine glands and their functions. So endocrine glands produce chemical substances called hormones which control different functions in the body. So what are endocrine glands? Endocrine glands are those glands which does not have a duct and secrete its product directly into the blood. They are known as the endocrine glands, whereas the exocrine glands are the glands which has a duct and which secrete its product into a duct. So here in this chapter we have to study about the endocrine glands and their functions. So endocrine glands are the glands which do not have any duct and which secrete its product directly into the blood. And the main endocrine glands are pituitary gland, thyroid gland, adrenal gland, pancreas, testes and ovary. So first is the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland controls the growth and production of hormones by testes and ovary. So as we all know that testes make male sex hormones which is known as testosterone, and ovaries make female sex hormones which are known as estrogen. And the production of these sex hormones is under the control of another hormone which is known as gonadotropic hormone, and this hormone is secreted by this gland, pituitary gland. Okay, so this pituitary gland is responsible for the production of sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen. And the rise in level of sex hormones is responsible for the changes in the bodies of the adolescent boys and adolescent girls at puberty. So the hormones from the pituitary gland stimulate the testes to release male sex hormone testosterone, okay, and female sex hormone estrogen. Now the next is the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland produce thyroxine and its deficiency causes goiter or the swelling of throat. So the thyroid is a large endocrine gland which is present in the neck and it is attached to the windpipe in our body. And this thyroid gland makes a hormone which is known as thyroxine hormone. And the thyroid gland secrete its hormone when it receives the instruction from the pituitary gland. Okay, so this thyroxine hormone control the rate of body metabolism, and this thyroid gland needs a constant supply of iodine to produce thyroxine hormone. Okay, and this iodine normally comes from the diet that we eat. Okay, and as we all know that iodine is necessary for the making of this thyroxine hormone, and a deficiency of iodine causes a disease, or a deficiency of thyroxine hormone causes a disease which is known as goiter, okay, or thyroid. Now the next is the adrenal gland. Adrenal gland produces adrenaline. It helps the body to adjust to stress when we are angry or worried. So adrenal gland is also an endocrine gland which produces adrenaline. And this adrenaline hormone produces a lot of energy in our body very quickly. Okay, and this adrenaline hormone prepare our body to function at maximum efficacy during emergency situations like danger, fear, shock, surprise, anger, excitement. This adrenal gland or this adrenaline hormone is responsible for all these emergency situations like danger, fear, shock, surprise, anger, excitement. Okay, so all these actions of adrenaline hormone produces a lot of energy in our body, and this energy helps us to run away very fast from the danger, and it also helps us to cope up with the extreme emotional situations. Okay, so this is about the adrenal gland. Now next is the pancreas. Pancreas produces insulin and its deficiency causes diabetes. So pancreas is present just below the stomach in our body, and this pancreas secrete the hormone which is known as insulin, and the function of this insulin hormone is to lower the blood sugar level in our body, and the deficiency of this insulin hormone in the body causes a disease which is known as diabetes. Okay, now the next is the testes. Testes produces testosterone which control the production of sperms and secondary sexual characters in males. So as we all know that testes produces testosterone and which control the production of sperms and secondary sexual characters in males. So secondary sexual character means hair grows on the face, beard grows, shoulders and chest broadens, a deeper voice in boys, Adam's apple develop in front of the throat. All these are the secondary sexual characters, and this testosterone is responsible for all these sexual characters in males, secondary sexual characters in males. Now next is the ovary. Ovary produces estrogen which control the production of egg and secondary sexual characters in males. So this ovary produces the estrogen which control the production of eggs, and the main secondary sexual character in females or in girls are the development of breast in girls, hips broaden and becomes more curved and prominent, a shrilled voice. All these are the secondary sexual character in males. Okay, so these are the endocrine glands and their functions. Now the next is the reproductive health. So to keep the body healthy, everyone should have a balanced diet, personal hygiene and the physical exercise. So first is the balanced diet. It is a diet which contains nutrients in the right amount. Balanced diet should contain cereals, vegetables, fruits, pulses, milk, nuts, meat, eggs, sugar, jaggery, etc. So the balanced diet is a diet which contains the correct amount of each constituent such as carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, which is sufficient for the normal growth and development of the body and which keeps a person healthy. So that is known as a balanced diet, and every human being at any age needs to have a balanced diet to keep the body healthy. A balanced diet helps the bones, muscles and other parts of the body to get adequate nourishment required for the rapid growth. Now the next is the personal hygiene. Everyone should have a bath at least once every day. If cleanliness of body is not done, there can be bacterial infection and diseases. So what is the personal hygiene? Keeping our body clean is basically known as the personal hygiene, and the maintenance of personal hygiene is necessary for the adolescents for preventing disease and keeping their health good. Okay, so the adolescent can maintain personal hygiene by adopting some practices like adolescent boys and girls should take bath regularly, at least once every day. Okay, and adolescent girls should take special care of cleanliness of the body during the time of the menstrual flow. The girls should keep a track of their menstrual cycle and be prepared for the onset of menstruation. If the personal hygiene is not maintained by the adolescent boys and the girls, so there are chances of catching bacterial infection, and these infection can make a person ill and spoil their good health. Okay, so personal hygiene is very important, especially for the adolescent. Now the next is the physical exercise. Walking, playing outdoor games and exercise keeps the body healthy. So as we all know that physical exercise is an activity which is required, which require physical efforts and which is carried out for the sake of the health and fitness. So all the adolescent boys and girls should do the physical exercise, okay, such as jogging, swimming, cycling, dancing, playing outdoor games like hockey, football, badminton, because the regular physical exercise has many beneficial effects. Like a regular physical exercise in fresh air keeps the body fit. Regular physical exercise improves the mental health. Regular physical exercise maintain the healthy muscles, bones and joints also. Regular physical exercise increase our efficiency in studies, sports and work also. Physical exercise protect a person from the heart disease, from high blood pressure, diabetes, obesity, and it also makes a person feel happier. Okay, so the physical exercise is also very important for the adolescent. Now the last but not the least, say no to drugs, and it is very important for the adolescent. Drugs are addictive. If you take them once, you feel like taking it again and again, and they ruin health and happiness. So AIDS is a dangerous disease caused by the virus HIV, and AIDS spread from an infected person to a healthy person by sexual contact, by sharing syringes using for the injecting drugs. It is also transferred from the mother to a child through her milk. So drugs are basically the chemical substances which when taken into the body change the functions of the body and influence the mind and sometimes change the behavior of person also. So some of the examples of the drugs are the heroin, cocaine, alcohol, paracetamol, penicillin. All these are the examples of the drugs. And as we all know that drugs do the physical harm to the body. They can damage brain, liver, lungs, kidney. So drugs ruin the health and happiness of the adolescent and of everyone. So people taking drugs run the risk of accident because they get confused. So with this we have reached to the end of this chapter. I hope you have understood this chapter very well. Thank you and see you in the next video.